They come at things from totally different places. Bob is an entrepreneur, a visionary. JoAnn has just got this huge heart and was a nurse.
It was just amazing how much energy they had and how much they were willing to just come in and be kind of a part of all of us doing this work together.
JoAnn is the more charitable one, I'm the more business one.
Good old Midwestern values. I think that will help you understand who we are, what Metro is, who are the people that work at Metro, and why this all came together. So this is my side of the family, and Bob's is on the other. My mother was a nurse, so here's her picture when she was young. My dad when he was little. My dad was a doctor. The city hospital, Dad wouldn't practice at because they wouldn't allow, it was either black patients or black doctors. So Dad said, no way, and then he went to St. Elizabeth's.
After we sold the business, we let some time pass to think about what we wanted to do, but we always knew we wanted to give back. And then it was a matter of, well, how are we going to do this and what are the parameters?
One of our filters is that we give where others don't give.
We really didn't know much about Metro.
Hospitals like us are the backbone of the entire healthcare system. If you imagine this compact that we're going to care for everybody. The hospitals and emergency rooms and physicians provide a safety net for folks. There are gaping holes that are only filled by essential hospitals.
We don't just care, we think about how we can change the lives of people before they even have to come to the hospital.
We just said, you know, this looks like our missions could be aligned, why don't we get together? Which is not the typical way gifts are made in this world of philanthropy.
But then again, who said we ever did things typically?
No. This photograph of our 400 store that was in Cleveland in Steelyard Commons. You can see Metro from Steelyard.
I had the opportunity to work for my father, to see the company that he had built. I understood the mission, the vision, the culture, and why it was such a special place to be.
The women in the suburbs had more than enough places to go for clothes. The women in the urban market didn't. And the women in the urban market wanted to look every bit as good as the women in the suburbs. So there lied an opportunity. And they were treated with respect. And, you know, we talk about caregivers being, you know, coming from the same backgrounds as patients. Well, the store associates came from the same background as the customers and vice versa. So there's just a lot of similarities. And to me, it all comes down to the people you're serving.
When we talked to them, we showed our interest in the hospital and felt that it was important to see how they steward the money.
You were a test gift.
I was totally 100% a test gift, 100% a test gift.
So Matt Clinic is an interdisciplinary clinic that's intended to provide culturally sensitive assessments for individuals who have suspected autism spectrum disorder. We have speech-language therapy, social work, developmental behavioral pediatrics, psychiatry, and psychology, all in one place, in one team. So we see from 18 months through adulthood. Most clinics stop somewhere in middle childhood, if not early adolescence. We have a clinic where all of our providers are Spanish speaking and have specific cultural knowledge about working with individuals who come from Spanish speaking homes and Spanish speaking cultures.
They knocked it out of the park, and they now have the only bilingual autism clinic in the state.
The other group that we gave it to was a SAFE program, which was to help children really from preschool all the way to 12th grade deal with the traumas that they've approached in a positive way.
SAFE stands for Students Are Free to Express. As we were out here on the unit and meeting with students and families, especially our high schoolers, we were screening for depression and anxiety and suicidality, and the numbers were pretty astounding. So we wanted a way to help support, to help promote hope, to be able to empower them to understand what was going on. And so we thought, what better way to do that than partner with local teaching artists to come in and give that psychologically informed message, but in a fun, arts-infused way.
every person, every situation we've encountered has been at the same level as the test gifts.
So this is the new Glicks Center. It is going to be the flagship for the hospital system.
I'll never forget the day actually that I heard about the Glick gift. I was actually sitting in line for a COVID test. It was October, I think, something in the fall. I remember sitting in that line, you know, and listening to the audio and hearing what the gift was and what it meant for Metro. And I started crying, thinking about not only what it meant for Metro, but what it meant for our community.
This gift is more than a gift. It's a $42 million investment in the mission of MetroHealth.
The Glicks gift supports the JoAnn and Bob Glick Fund for Healthy Communities and the JoAnn Glick Endowed Fund in Community Health Nursing. The endowment will also support a professorship at Case Western Reserve University's Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing.
You know, I go to a lot of conferences where people were talking about the difference between equality and equity. And they show you that cartoon where equity is the tall person looking over the fence and the short person having the ladder that helps them see the same distance over the fence, right? And as silly as it sounds, there's this picture in my brain every time we talk about the Glick Center of it being that ladder.
This is definitely the Dot store. And before you moved in, I had a store here. So you shopped at Dot's too?
Yes.
Which one?
This one, a lot of them, all over. I used to shop there. I shopped there so much I should have had stock invested. My two boys and my girl born on Metro. I came to Cleveland and then I started going to Metro. And they always take a good care of me and all my family.
One thing that nobody thinks about with Metro is they have every bit as many grateful patients who have been helped or their families have been helped as any of the other healthcare institutions. They just don't have the wherewithal to write a check.
Sometimes you have to give your name so that other people will say, wow, if they gave and we know them, then we should look into it and give.
There's a vision that they're working with the hospital to fulfill, and maybe at the start people thought they were crazy, but I think it's becoming pretty clear that they were onto something that maybe other people could have, gotten to even earlier.
And now the Glick Center is providing folks the opportunity to see this investment and see kind of the shining light and saying, well, if they want to be here, I should want to be here too, and how can we work together?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice
Kind
to meet
words.
You.
And for shopping at Dots.
Oh, yeah. I'm still sharing some of the store with everybody. That's what a good heart do, sharing.